Hello, and welcome back to the Fulbright Roadmap, a comprehensive 7-step guide to planning, writing, and revising your best Fulbright application. My name is Leah Rogstad, and I'm a former Fulbright Spain grantee from the 21-22 cycle. Today, we are going to talk about what not to do in your statement of grant purpose and your personal statements. There's lots of videos about what you need to do. These are some tips about things that I either changed from my first application to my second application, or just are tips that people have shared with me about what you should not do in your statements. So number one is the redundancy police. Number one, you have your resume, you have your personal statement, and you have your statement of grant purpose, as well as your biographical data on your application. You want to think of those as unique sections that are telling a unique story in each piece. That means that you do not want to repeat what you did on your resume with a statement on the statement of grant purpose or your personal statement without adding more elaboration, more detail, or specific anecdotes that are going to show the review committee why you are the best candidate for the grant. So make sure that if you are including things on your resume in your personal statement, it's because you're elaborating in a way that paints a picture of you or shows kind of the values that are outlined in the Fulbright mission statement, and doesn't just repeat what's on your resume because they already have that. Number two, you want to make sure that in your statement of grant purpose, you are not making any sweeping cultural kind of stereotype statements, which might be like, oh, in Mexico, everyone does this, or in Mexico, people believe this, because a country is not just one belief. There are so many different communities and people in a space, and you don't want to come off as if you think that a country has kind of one belief or one cultural practice in a blanket form. With that said, another one that is a common pitfall is the kind of savior complex. Fulbright is about cultural exchange and cultural ambassadorship. It's not about trying to save a country or trying to save a specific population. So ensure that your statement of grant purpose and personal statement is not coming off as if you're trying to save someone or improve someone. We are there to learn just as much as we are there to offer maybe our skills or knowledge and exchange that with other people. So it should never come off like we are trying to improve a space. It's more about cultural exchange and that mutual understanding that comes from that process. Number three is paying attention to the formatting of Fulbright. Make sure that you carefully follow the Fulbright formatting. So that means there are no bibliographies or citations except what fits within the 2-page limit. This is for research and study. And don't include information in the headers, footers, or margins. And do not include links to websites or external materials. So again, every section of your application is kind of a test on, can you follow directions? Can you fully complete the task? And again, formatting is one of those things. So follow the margins, follow the font, make sure you have the title where it should be, and ensure that you are not skipping that part. And then last but not least, make sure that you don't make any value judgments about the host country, because again, this is about cultural competency, trying to understand another's perspective, and you want to show that you are open to new experiences, new cultural practices and perspectives. So that is also very important. And then let me see if I missed anything else. The guide has extensive checklists with color-coded what not to do, so you can make sure that you're not including that in your statement, in addition to all of the things that you should include. But that is it for now. Those are my tips. So again, in the next video, we will be going into revision, which is after the writing process. And if you would like access to these comprehensive checklists, I actually have a free checklist below in my description. And also this will have a link to the Fulbright Roadmap, which includes guided writing prompts, a concrete revision process that helps you kind of create that writing revision cycle to the best of your ability, and ensures that you submit your best application. So I will see you in the next video where we talk about tips for revising your statements.